Shaka, and you're listening to and watching Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music politics are just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artists or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today or what we doing today or whatever it is, it's gonna be good. Woo!
Yeah.
I'm on. Everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing. Outside of that, what's next for Inaya Day? Well, I have a song.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. And as you just saw, our special guest for today is going to be Inaya Day. And let me just tell you, if you don't know who she is, you are going to be completely in love with her by the end of the show. She has all of this positive energy. She has just positive things to say. She's a beautiful human being. And she is a hard-working entertainer, let me tell you. And what I'm going to do right now until Rezi comes on the show, I am just going to play some Inaya Day music just to give you a little taste of who she is. How about that?
Can I just start all over?
Now you can also check us out on Podbean. JaVonne and Terez. You're listening to WJBR Internet Radio in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. I got a little something for the people, Terez. I got to do a little, between you and me, a little Jiffy mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that right now. Here we go.
Pushing on, things are gonna get better. It won't take long. Keep on pushing to the top. Keep on moving. Gotta keep on pushing to the top. Keep on pushing. Keep pushing music. You got to have 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 music.
That's right,
You got
pleased
to
to
have
meet you.
music.
Still wanna say my name. Don't you believe in mystery? Don't you wanna play my game? I'm looking for a man that loves me like I've never been loved before. I'm looking for a man that'll do it anywhere, even on the limousine floor. Tonight you got to have music. Tonight
You got to have music.
Tonight
You got to have music. You got to have music. You got to have music.
WJBR Internet Radio in the basement with JaVonne and Terez and Inaya Day.
You got to have music.
See, people be sleeping on Inaya Day. You can't sleep on Inaya Day. This one right here is my favorite. I know that's not her, but I just wanted to see if it blends well. All right, I'm gonna stop. Stop.
Classic.
But it is. Hey, Rezzy, how you doing, baby?
I'm good. I'm trying to soothe my dog here who's nutting out because of the thunder. Lot going on. And he hates it. So he's like right up under me now. You know.
Oh, poor baby. Hey, Peggy Miller.
Hey.
Peggy Miller, I know. See, I wasn't watching the thing, but I know exactly why she was shaking her head. But that one, you weren't shaking your head at me. You're shaking your head at Inaya Day. Okay, that's her song. I didn't write it.
I just mixed it.
I just mixed it, and it just happens to be my favorite Inaya Day song.
That was the cut, though. I'll tell you, that was the cut.
I'm saying, and it's all about horns. She's horny. Didn't you hear the horns? Horny, get it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying. And Peggy, I appreciate the compliment. I know you don't give that lightly. I know it. I'm working it out, man. I'm working on it.
Nice.
I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to get the sound. See, it's all about Peggy Miller. That's what y'all don't understand.
Exactly. I've been trying to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have to get
approved.
Right. It has to get Peggy's stamp of approval on it. How's my mic, Peggy? Let me know. Is the mic
on? Sounds nice.
Check one. All I need is one mic. Just saying. So here we are. So I know that Inaya Day is not, well, thank you very much, Pegs. So I know that Inaya Day is not a very political type person. Hey, Miss Ethel, how you doing, darling? Is the YouTube up? I'm wondering, because I only see Facebook listeners, but that's okay. That's all right. So I want to get that in there before she comes on. Of course, we'll check in with her, and stuff is so crazy right now that she just may be speaking out on things that ordinarily she may not publicly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is like, we should all, like, this should be the new, like, instead of like the eagle or whatever the symbol is for America, it should be like people with this face.
Yeah,
like, what the? Okay, so much going on.
I mean, it's a hard time, yet a fascinating time in the same breath. Because we get a chance to break it and do it again. Which is
because this is broke.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we get to shatter the pieces. It's been a broken system. Yeah. Thank you for that, Jay. It's been a broken system for quite some time. Now we get to shatter the pieces. So, and it's funny because I had a conversation today with, and I gained a different point of view based on people saying that, we were talking about the understanding of momentum and how when you just go along to get along, should not be confused with agreeing.
Right.
And what you see now, because, people are like, the conversation went from, how come this is happening all of a sudden? Did one foot on the neck do this, And I was like, absolutely not. It's been several millions of feet on necks. It's 400 and something years of it, to be honest. Right. And quite frankly, folks stuck in a system that did not work, has not worked for them at all. And that was the straw, the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. And now we just happened to be in a situation with this, when this straw was pulled, that everybody was home watching it.
and we weren't running around status quo. We weren't doing all the things that we do to be complicit and avoidant of such. So there's so many George Floyds, Eric Garners, and it's just despicable that we've had to grin and bear it. And I think that, being a person of color in this country, that there is a certain amount of inherited trauma that you have to bear on a daily basis, and how you negotiate that trauma on any day could vary,
Right.
So yeah, so I'm happy for allowing the outlet. I'm happy for having conversations. I'm super duper happy if we land that guest Saturday. I don't know. I can't.
I'm still like baffled. I had to ask Cheryl whether or not she actually heard the voice, and did it really match the voice? Because to me it sounds just like her. And what if it was some? She's like, no, absolutely, that was her.
No, yeah, you can't. You can't fool that up too many times,
I was so shell shocked that I couldn't think.
Well, I put it like this: I am certainly going to. Sorry, Gravy. He's like a ball of trembles here. I wish I could do something. No, he keeps jumping up between my legs and just shaking like it's too much. He doesn't like the thunder at all. But I'm going to use the opportunity to get some fresh perspective. Now, I've been watching us for so long that I think I know. Like I think I've thought back to high school, which was just the other day.
just yesterday when I graduated from high school, I was thinking.
Yeah.
But you know what, Rez, we can let it out of the bag. I mean, if for some reason she's not able to appear, I'm sure she'll have a good reason, because she was on it, and I think by now people understand that when we say we're going to have a guest, it's because they are booked. And so when I spoke with her, I asked her, I said, are you sure? She was like, look, these are the times I'm available. Which day do you want? I want you. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like cut and dry. What day do you want? I was like, I would like
actionable item.
Yeah, Saturday at noon. Would that be noon Eastern Standard Time? She was like, okay, I can do that. I'll be there. And there's no reason for me not to believe it. Now, I wanted to wait until after tonight's show. So tomorrow I will create a flyer for her, and I will send it to her for her approval, and try to chat her up a little bit more, just to, see how she's doing with everything. And then and see if she wants to do like a pre-show to make sure she can do everything technologically to get on, because we've had some people that struggled a little bit, and for some it's very easy. So I want to check in and take care of her as much as I can. Actually, I saw her sitting at the red table.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
And I really, really liked the intro that Jada did for her.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to cut that out.
Well, I think that we could. Yeah, I mean, she was at the Red Table Talk, and it's always never enough time with her.
They were quick. I got time.
Well, things go quick when you're engaged. And like I said, I've been engaged in this woman's work since high school, so it's quite a pleasure, to see how far she's evolved, and also just the fact that I'm just so angry at the fact that we're still talking about it, and we are still, and she's still so relevant, as just as well as the blue-eyed, brown-eyed experiment was relevant back then. It's just relevant now. So.
So yeah, let's just let the cat out of the bag, and we will give this as homework.
Homework.
Homework. Okay.
That's a good idea, Jay.
Right? So as a matter of fact, always thinking, you inspire that. Thank you so much. So the guest is going to be Miss Jane Elliott. And if you don't know who she is, I want you to put your hand out like this and then take the other hand and swat it twice. There you go. Once for not knowing and the second time for really not knowing. Okay? And then what I need you to do is after tonight's show, don't run and leave us now because we have to talk to you. All right? And you need to meet Inaya Day so you can understand what it's like to work hard in the business. Do a little bit of everything. And I got some bells and whistles for her.
This is her first time on with the visual, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm super excited about the visual because I feel like people who haven't been on with the visual have not been on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a whole different experience. Even if they've called in with the visual, it's not the same as being here with us.
Right.
So, that's something we need to start all over again. And hi, background Betty. I know you back there.
No, she's not back there
Oh, she's
now.
not?
It's just my little roving doggy.
Oh, I thought you was trying to pass off the doggy like.
No, just trying to let him out because he's in and out. And I usually close the door when I'm in here recording or working, and I couldn't do it because he was on the outside trying to dig a hole through it. So I just said, let me let him in.
Y'all have to understand. I'm at that age. It's hot.
Is that a hand fan?
Peggy, you know what it is. I don't know if you're there yet, Resi, but it's funny till you there. It's mad funny until you there.
There's stuff you can take for that,
I ain't taking shit. I ain't taking nothing. Shoot.
You're gonna be buying apparatus. That's what you're saying.
That's it. I'm just gonna fan myself and grow a beard out this month. That's that.
Oh,
but yeah.
Can I give an announcement? Actually,
absolutely. Please do.
All right. Well, I'd just like to share with everyone out there in Radio Land and beyond that we had to officially push the LGBT Arts and Culture Music Festival to next year. So just so you know, just to give you a little background, of course, the festival takes place every Memorial Day weekend every year, and it has been so for the past 5 years. And we were set to celebrate our 5th year anniversary this year, and COVID hit, bang. So the hotel was gracious enough to afford us the opportunity to slide it to the next big Monday holiday, which ended up being Labor Day weekend of this year. And unfortunately, because of the way that the virus is spreading, and basically because we care about our patrons and do not want to risk anything that could be, because we have folks coming from all areas, from the West Coast, East Coast, name it, out of the country, you name it. So we don't want to have anybody have any unfortunate travel circumstances, and with the way the virus is spreading on the quarantines from certain areas, we just want to make sure everybody's safe. So we have pushed it to the original date next year, 2021. And because Greg Douglas is so amazing, and he's like the king of customer service, the Festa Foundival. He's the king of customer service. He actually has always got his ears churning on things and ways he can make things better. So he added some special bonuses to the package. So we are excited about it. So we're ready to launch what that actually is. I'm excited about it because I wanted to do it last time, but he's going to get it done this time, and we'll be doing the announcements for it. So just look out for it, and and he's actually going to slide everybody's reservation unless you have another reason for not wanting to do that. He'll slide it on to Memorial Day 2021, and everything will stay intact. I heard that some of the airlines, because of COVID, had started canceling flights that were already booked. So that's unfortunate, but it's probably necessary. So
It's absolutely necessary. So
yeah, here's where we are. And hopefully we'll have a lot better understanding of where we are next year. Which is
yeah, hopefully we'll be out of this by next year. This has dragged on. This has dragged on and on and on.
Hopefully we'll be out of a lot of things come November.
Yeah. Yes. And if we do this right, which that reminds me, I wanted to read actually a message. Now I'm doing things too much. There I go again. There I go.
KG, what it do?
I'll find it. But there was a message from the Archbishop Carl Bean that I wanted to. Let me see if I just look him up. Will it?
Archbishop Carl Bean in the building. How's he doing?
He's doing okay. I have to check in on him personally. And then I can, this is the one I wanted to share with everybody. He says, family, we must use common sense and not be manipulated by anyone. When it comes to health issues, follow the science and not the president or the White House.
Lord.
When it comes to our children and their education, follow those trained to teach, educate, and manage our public school systems. We cannot be silent, inactive at a time such as this. Our very freedom, democracy, is at stake. Archbishop Pops. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that with everybody. When I saw it, I was like, I need to give that message out there into the universe. I couldn't agree with him more.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if there's too much you could follow this president about, but certainly not anything having to do with your health and welfare, for that matter. No, not at all.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Now, these hired, and I'm not even going to say that these guys are government officials, because we don't know who they are. As far as I'm concerned, these dudes are some guys hyped up on some testosterone with some camouflage on, with no ID, with no nothing. And prior to wearing the camouflage, they were wearing white hoods.
Ooh.
And Trump gave them some guns and permission to go into Portland and just snatch people off the street. They're not waving any badges. They are not official. They are not law enforcement. They are criminals as far as I'm concerned. They are. The Constitution is no more right now, because you have the right to know what you did, why you're being arrested. These people are not being arrested. They're being grabbed off the street, thrown into cars, taken to remote locations, and not given their rights, their Miranda rights, none of that. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right, nothing.
Is that what's happening?
That is what's happening. They are if you are a protester right now in Oregon, you could be there was a white guy who had all the, like he had a mask and a hat on or whatever and stuff, and he was a peaceful protester with the rest of the Black Lives Matter and whoever else was out there protesting. He left. They started breaking up, and he was walking towards his car. There's video of them dragging him, taking him off the street, and he's like, "Who are you? Who are you?" There was a lawyer in the, out there also who was saying, asking the guys who were grabbing them, like, who are you? Where's your badges? We don't see any. There was nothing identifying who they are. And that's why this is a big thing. It's all over the news. Like, who are these? Who are they? Now, the Department of Homeland Security is stepping forward and saying that, oh, they're Homeland Security officers. But no, that's not how the Homeland Security works. So let me just say this. This punk ass is allowing Putin to put a bounty on the heads of our military. These are the guys that are sworn to protect our country against foreign threats, right? This is the military, right? People are giving their sons and daughters to go and physically protect this country. Putin is putting a bounty on their heads. Anybody that kills an American soldier, you getting 250 grand. That's the price.
Wait.
This guy knows about this, and he's like, well, I don't know that nobody told me. I didn't read the briefing. You don't read your briefings? Every morning there was a picture of Obama reading the goddamn briefings. They bring you the briefings every day. He everybody knows he doesn't read shit, but somebody must have whispered in his ear. He does nothing when it comes to Putin doing stuff against Americans. Now, check it out. They have this whole army of moms, right? Older middle class white women, moms for America, who are going now to these peaceful rallies, and they are creating a wall to protect the protesters against this militia. These guys don't care that they're middle-aged moms. They're going after the moms too. You can't protect us against Putin, but you can turn Homeland Security or militia or military, whoever they are, against American citizens, unarmed American citizens.
Wait. You said Putin has made our army.
Not only threats, he has made deposits and paid people who have shot and killed military.
What's the motivation for this?
Putin is Russian.
No, I know who
the motivation is to kill Americans.
Well, once upon a time, he and Trump were bosom buddies.
He's a friend of Trump's, but he's not a friend of America.
No, I understand. I'm clear on that. But I'm just, over the years, but I'm just trying to figure out what.
He's always been doing things against America. He's former KGB.
So, okay. So all of a sudden, why is he killing soldiers?
This is not all of a sudden.
It's not all of a sudden.
No. For the past, since Trump got into office, there's been a whole thing about this Trump-Russia connection.
Correct.
Right? Now, Russia has always been the adversary of America, of the country against country. If there was one sworn quote unquote enemy, it would be Russia.
Correct.
But previously we always had them in check. After what's his name, Reagan and Gorbachev, and Reagan did what he did and the wall crumbled and all that crap and blah blah blah. But with the Allies, all that stuff. See, I was never really into all of that. Y'all,
You know what I'm feeling like? I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali in the draft, because it's like, and I want to be careful about assuming. And I'm not saying that Russia is not the enemy. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
What I'm saying is that I'm just hearing Ali in my head right now.
Right.
Because United States is notorious for putting just thinking that they govern the existence of mankind, and
Right.
when in fact they don't. And I don't want to take on their enemies just because.
No, and I'm not saying that Russia is my enemy. However,
Mhm.
okay, I don't even know. To be honest, Terez, it's been so much that I've learned, had to filter. Some of it I'm buying, some of it I'm not. You know, some of it is clearly true, and some of it is nonsense.
Because
But
the United States will
with
tell you
this,
anything. The United States will tell you anything to get you
right? But with this president, all roads lead back to Russia, and the history has been that Russia used to be this big empire. We know that.
Right.
And then America was this big empire, right? Supposedly the strongest nation. And that was after Russia took a fall. And that was during the Cold War, which was in the 80s or so. So,
war.
Yeah, the Cold War. I'm telling you, I feel like a damn science, not science teacher, history teacher. But you remember, you might have seen videos of, even before I was along, but kids hiding under desks, being afraid.
Oh yeah, bomb shelter
Russia.
drills. Yeah, bomb shelter.
Russia.
But what I'm saying is, and I remember all of that. I had to do all of that in elementary school. We had to practice those drills under desks, bomb shelters.
Right.
I'm just trying to think of, and again, I'm still hearing Muhammad Ali.
And I hear that too, but the real fact of the matter is that, okay, so what I understand to be true is that our election in 2016 was meddled with. I believe that 100%.
I believe it was compromised internally and externally. Yes,
right. So why would any nation?
Not just 2016. Now,
right.
About prior to 2016 as well, like right before Obama, it was. I think there's a lot of meddling. I think it's been meddled with, for a very, very long time. Yeah.
Okay, so
just was Bush and Trump.
So think of this. Why would a country? All right, so there's been a lot of sanctions against Russia that have been put in place by America, right? There's the G7, and Russia's been kept out of that. There's all of this stuff that America has done to keep Russia in check, or to keep them away from power.
They must be afraid of them. Go ahead.
Well, Russia was big, and Russia was coming after America, and America did what America had to do to quell that. And so that got handled to a certain degree.
And America didn't do nothing?
What do you mean didn't do anything?
America didn't do anything?
No. I'm not saying that. They've been at war like since forever.
Yes.
There've been America against. It's not that I'm saying America is pure and bad Russia. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, though, is that I'm an American citizen. And when they are coming for Americans, they don't care if you think that America is good or bad. It's what's on your passport. What citizen you are. Being that I'm a black citizen, they care less about me than the other citizens and whatever. But
they did not mess with you because of it.
But the other thing, though, is that they what they banked on, and they were right, was in order to help this guy in the White House to help divide us, because there was, even though it was not nowhere near perfect, nobody's saying that, there was a political correctness where people wouldn't come out their face and be a Karen and call you the N-word. They might think it, they might act it, they might enact laws, but to really, really make it where it is today, this was the plan. It's so, I can't give you all of what I've received over the last 3 or 4 years. It's just too much. It's too much information. It's just too much information, man. And this guy is dangerous because from what I've learned, and I believe it to be true, one thing that Russia does want is to see America fall, because America has put so many things in place. Let's just say you're two people playing a game of chess, right? And every time you play, the other person always wins. Damn it. There was a time where you were winning, but now for the past 50 years, they always beat you. And now you found a way. You found not only the other team, you found a player on that team that's really gonna help you win, as opposed to make sure you lose, like the others have.
Okay.
So that's who's in the White House now. The guy that's in the White House now is not on our side of the chessboard. He is not playing for the safety. I'm not talking about who gets more money. Hell, it ain't going to come to me anyway. What do I care about money? That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the rule of law. I'm talking about killing and taking away power and doing that, and not real power, but
money.
It's money, and it's
money and greed, and
money and greed and power. For he's been trying to get Putin back into G7. Like, and everybody's like, are you crazy? This guy kills his citizens just for the hell of it. Does stuff like what the guy in the White House is doing now in Portland, and nobody could say anything about it. That's the kind of rule of law that's in Russia. Citizens can't own guns in Russia. No, none. You can't. No.
I don't think they should be able to own them here either.
We have, well, that's that.
The fact that I do.
Yeah, but that's that. But anything that we think we have the rights, Russians know they don't have that right. And they are blatant with their, if you speak against, there's no freedom of speech. You speak against the Kremlin, they will kill you. Period.
I gotta talk,
and everybody knows that.
I want to talk to some of my Russian friends to get an idea of what they think about what's going on between the gentleman in the White House and because they live here, and it's interesting how that goes in most cases. But I'm just, Jay, I guess where I am is that, and you know what, I'm going to quote Jane Elliott.
Quote her.
Not verbatim. I'm going to redact a quote from Jane Elliott. Let me just say that education in the United States is not education. It's more like indoctrination. And it does not teach you the truth. And I'm just being real careful these days, and super duper grateful for a parent, specifically my mom, who made us read other books, and I'm careful about propaganda from our media that want to tell us who we don't like, who's doing what to us, but because it's one-sided. I've always known it was one-sided. It wasn't until I had my first maybe a couple of experiences traveling abroad and listening to the news there and thinking, oh snap, it's different from our news, and just understanding that, as we get older, a lot of the things that were deliberately left out of our history books to control the narrative of what the hell is actually going on. And very recently, I had a father that served in Vietnam, and I know a lot of stories behind what people of color had to experience in Vietnam and then come home to. But that's not any part of the history books, you know.
Right.
Why they were, a lot of them didn't even know why they were fighting that Vietnam War at all. You know, they were there. A lot of them were drafted, and you know, they were there fighting and you know, doing, you know, like maybe I think at that point we were like a real low percentage of Americans that went over, but we were the highest number of soldiers there. So we ain't getting no truth awards in America, you know. But and we just have to be real clear about doing your homework and research. And I'm not saying any part of what you're saying is not true. In fact, you know, why wouldn't it be? You know,
it's just insanity. And I have done a little homework. It's not just, you know, news reports. It's some things that I've read. And also, speaking of things that I've read, like there's a textbook that I keep handy. I've had this damn thing since probably, I ain't gonna say what year, but it's a college textbook, constitutional law.
Okay.
And like, you know, like I say, once I understood the language, because it's even written in this funny backwards English, you know, that lawyers understand, but
written in Latin.
No, it's written in English, but the words are all screwy. So the you know, like I guess the common folk, you know, wouldn't understand it. It's all backwards and ackwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, you and I can understand it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, it took me some time to really understand what the hell they were saying, which is basically we don't have rights.
Boils it down, we have nothing. Right.
Yeah. Break it down. We have what looks like rights. There are privileges. We have privileges.
Well, you read the fine print on a lot of stuff, you know, they tell you, like, look at your driver's license. They're gonna tell you right up front, this is a privilege. It's not your right. We can revoke anything at any given time.
Absolutely, including your children. Okay. And that is the most basic. That is a piece of you. You know, hell, we can revoke you and put you in a cell. You know, so there that goes. You know, it's horrible. But I speaking of all of this, there was a question that I had for you.
Okay.
Reparations. Before Jane Elliott comes on, I want to know, what does Terez think about reparations?
You know, that's going to be one of my questions for her.
I know that's a question for her, but yes, that tonight is my question for you.
Okay. Well, what I think about it, I think it is warranted, you know, period. And, you know, and I'm going to, and I have been breaking down exactly what that meant. Some people say cut the check. I say cut the check in addition to, you know, because we're talking systems here, systems that have been in place, systems that have been replaced. So, you know, let's start with fundamentally, I think that there's some things that we should have. Now we're going to substitute maybe the 40 acres, but we all should by define be homeowners, period, with a substantial amount of land plot for whatever that is. That should be the basic tenet. Housing. We should not be paying for housing. We should not be paying for taxes on housing. We should, that's the first thing that every descendant of slaves should have, period. Then we're going to work our way up from there. You know, we're going to talk about school. Everybody should be able to go to school without paying. You okay there?
I'm good.
Okay, we're going to talk about systems for business. We're going to talk about everything that we once built that we were thriving about and need to get back. So we're going to talk about the prison reform system. We're reforming that. In fact, we should just approach it and rebuild it. You know, I'm not saying people shouldn't be punished for crimes, but I think that some of the laws that connect to what has been written need to be changed, period. Not altered, not amended, not adapted, but changed. No addendums, just changed. I think that the terms on offices need to be limited. That includes the Supreme Court. It should not be lifetime. I'm not saying it shouldn't be consecutive terms, but I think that it should not be lifetime. I don't think that anybody's anywhere lifetime.
Do you think that political office terms should be a part of reparations, or is that just in general?
Absolutely. Some of the
How does it tie into reparations?
It ties into reparations because it would give a sense of restoration to systems that are in place. I think the systems that are in place right now and the government per se needs to be overhauled. The idea of it, I think it needs to have more people make a mandate to have more people that reflect what the society is. I've seen a lot of the same folks for a very long time in the area. I just think it should be done. All these independent committees and houses and electoral colleges, that crap needs to go. The electoral college.
That's antiquated. And
yeah,
the whole purpose of that was to ensure that the newly freed, once enslaved people, that their votes would not be calculated in any way that was meaningful.
How about that? And if you didn't know that, then there is, like this whole, and I'm looking at the articles that people are excited about the removal of the Confederate statues near the Pentagon. Amen, have mercy. But, just like the street for me, keep it on me, for me, just like Black Lives Matter in the street, that's not cake, that's not substance, that's not change, that's a visual, and it's pacification. I just want us to be clear that although it's sparkly and nice, it's not really changing the minds or the hearts or the systems of this country, and I think until we absolutely get there, and I don't mean assault or belittle or anybody trying to make the changes necessary. What I mean is that we take a hard look at what we've created and change it, and reparations, absolutely. Now, I can't put a number on that because how do you pay? That's almost like setting yourself up to, how do you pay for that? But I can come up with a figure, over one's lifetime, divided by generations, if that's what we need to do,
right.
But that would be the last piece about it, because there's so many other things that can be done prior to that that will be a great visual. Like having every single person of color in their own home tax-free is a symbol. You talking about symbols? You talking about statues and Black Lives Matter on the street? That is a great symbol, home ownership, because you will because when people own things, when it's theirs, they tend to take a different twist as opposed to when it's not, when they when it's not, let's just say that, some of the systems put in place for the money spent. I've seen like one of the most famous project areas in the United States at one time that existed, Cabrini Green in Chicago, and how much land and space you could have used there to create homes. But instead you made like an ungodly amount of projects there and have that there until they tore it down. So all that land and it was a wasted opportunity to be able to give home ownership, to people tax free. And I'll say it again, tax free, and there's so many other things, free healthcare.
Oh yeah.
Just the fundamentals.
Wait, say it again?
Let's just get the fundamentals, housing, healthcare, education. Let's get those out. And then let's work on that prison system. Let's work on, a few things that make it do what it do. Business.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that they would have to do, which would support what you're talking about, is some really specific shit about the educational system, that they need to ensure that every textbook tells the truth about not only that our history started in Africa. I think people have more or less figured that part out. We had to figure that out on our own, but but what happened to us here?
Hmm.
What about all of the inventions,
Mm.
the patents that were stolen?
Mhm.
Those things need to be highlighted. See, I think giving with a real education that embodies the truth empowers the future generations of our people.
Right.
So that is paramount, because if without a real education about who you are, then you're bringing that sludge with you into your new house, your tax-free house, which you do deserve. I agree with you. But you also deserve to know and understand and the truth of who you are. People go to therapy for years because of the crap that they learn
Mhm.
in not only the public school system, in the Catholic school system, in the private school system. No matter where you are, let's get to the truth. How about just the truth? Just the if you want to start with reparations, start with the truth. That shit don't cost you nothing. Well, it might not cost us nothing, but it will cost them something to tell the truth. The truth might cost them everything, because everything they've said has been a lie. So
Woo. And
there's your reparations from that's my take on it.
right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm real humble about it, because I'm figuring it out as I go. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really thinking about it. Like, because I don't even believe, some part of me doesn't believe that it's possible to get reparations. However, if and when we do, let's start with the truth. Pay me with the truth to start.
You're right about not. I think that's more about they can't. We all know this is a debt. Our receipt is a debt that United States just can't afford. We're already in debt to other countries, but we just can't afford that. However, there are some that say, and I'm one of them. There are some that say, how fast we were able to find trillions when it came down to helping with this coronavirus. Pause. How fast we were able to find trillions. But there are other people that say, and I'm one of them, that we're getting ready to, paper money ain't gonna mean nothing anyway in 5 seconds, because we're getting ready to flip this whole entire disco scene with it, which is the reason why you can't get what you need right now anyway. But I digressed. We already know that this is a debt that the United States not so much doesn't want to pay, but they cannot afford it. So let's just, whatever amount we land on is going to be a settlement. Let's just be clear. But where you cannot pay in hardcore Bitcoin or cash, you should pay in system changing.
Yeah.
Systems changing. And there are quite a few things that you can do. Like, starting somebody off to be able to live and do their business is a huge thing. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? It's a huge thing. You can set up a business, but business funding, I'm not talking about loans. Don't give me a loan. Give me money, a substantial amount to invest in businesses and start businesses. I think that needs to start. I think that every child of color graduating from high school should be given money for business automatically. It should come with the diploma. How's that? So that we can go rebuild Oklahoma and other places that were burned down when we were flourishing. Just an aside. But I think you want to say, ain't no stopping us now. You want to throw the music on. You want to do the cap and gown exchange. Then you need to get that good business check so that you can now go out into the world and decide with your college education that you're not going to be paying for up to the doctorate level. If you choose, you can then start your business so that you don't come out of school in debt and working for the rest of your life trying to pay it back. It's a start.
I like it. I like it. And speaking of start, and ain't no stopping us now. You said something about disco and
Everything.
said pay me back. I felt a little genuine in there and all of that. And I'm about to segue, right? Because our guest is here.
Just in time.
Just in time. And for those of you who do not know who Inaya Day is, if you were here at the top of the show, you got to hear me do a little Jiffy mix. That little Jiffy mix is my Inaya Day mix. And for those of you who missed it, well, let's start with this.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Feel Good floor. Yeah, so horny, I'm horny, horny. If you stand by me, gonna make you move, move, move. Yeah, yeah, gonna make your body wine, body wine. If you stand by me, gonna make you see you can't lose. Stand by me. Baby, run round like a second, baby, run round, round, round. When I move my body in time, music saturates my mind. Helps me to unwind. Keep moving. Tonight, I'm in a fantasy, a whole little messy world. Tonight, don't you wanna come with me? Do you think I'm a nasty girl? She won't believe glamorous life. She don't need a man to she won't believe glamorous life without love. It ain't much. It ain't much to. I am the one you search for. Baby, I'm right here for you. You don't have to look for love no more. Ooh, baby, I'm waiting for you. Reach up and reach down in. Keep on pushing and you win. Hold your head up high. Hold your head up high. Hold your head up high. Show some pride. Take my problems to the dance floor. Let the music make my spirit soar. Want a better light up. Want a better day breakaway. No, I can't break away. Yeah. Hi, Inaya Day. I'm in a donkey, I'm an Inaya.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Inaya Day.
Hey, hey.
What's up? I had to let them know who you were, baby.
Bang, bang.
I forgot about some of those songs.
How could you? How could you? You're so dope. You know, so
And
you got it all.
she just pops on the screen looking all of 3 years old with those vocals that are like, she's just like, how you doing?
Thank you.
How you doing?
I am well. I won't complain.
Good. How you faring in all this COVID climate? How are you?
Pretty well. I'm always doing stuff anyway, so I, nothing has really changed except that my live gigs are gone. My band gigs, which was my reprieve from singing to a track all the time with house music. I miss my live band, 45 Riots, holla. And I miss that a lot. But other than me missing it and not having it, not much has changed because, as you can probably see, I'm in my little studio and my office is in front of me, my studio behind me. I work from home, and just today, just before, if I sound out of breath, it's because I was hustling because I just finished recording and submitting a song. I've been getting some good sync licensing done, whereas they would play my music, on TV shows and movies and stuff like that. So I just wrote, sang, submitted a song to the company. Hopefully they'll take it. So I started hustling like, oh my God, I gotta make it for the interview.
Nice.
You
So
see,
yeah, so I've been
that's why I
still keeping
say
it busy.
the hardest working woman in entertainment. I mean, doing everything. She writing for other people and singing and performing and doing this and doing that. And here she comes, like sliding in the home base. You always,
Exactly, that's how it feels.
but it's true. It's true. You all over the place. You with everybody. Everybody knows you and everybody loves you and you've worked with everybody. I mean, gee, you just keep it moving. So for those people who are not familiar with the Inaya Day brand, yeah, it's really sad. But as I was spinning some of the tunes, right, earlier in the show, I was like, not you per se, but house music legends, like dance music legends, like Barbara Tucker. People don't know who Barbara Tucker is.
Wow. Well,
They don't know the name, you know?
yeah, I'm gonna say that had I not been in the business, I might be the same way. Like people back in the day when it came out and everything, and we were youngins and we listened to it, we didn't say, "Oh, that's by Frankie Knuckles." Like I was a kid, so I just knew that I liked this new music that was coming out. And later on, when they would play this classic, this song which had become a classic, they would go, "Oh, so and so made that," and I'll go, he made um and I go, "Oh," I'm just saying Frankie Knuckles. Of course, I knew who Frankie Knuckles was.
Right.
But there are artists like that back in the day that I didn't know. I just knew their music, so I get it. I mean, even now, there are a lot of hip hop artists and R&B artists that I know their music, but I may not remember the name. And I go, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah."
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Well, everybody should know your name. Anaya Day, y'all. All right?
As long as they know the music, I'm happy.
Well, it's
For
funny.
real.
I had to get corrected a while ago. I think my wife did that because I knew a Jiffy, didn't know Inaya Day. And she was like, "Oh, it's the same person, girl." And I was like, "Hey."
Yeah. I can't shake that nickname. It's been with me all my life. Literally, my teachers, principal, everybody. "Jeffy, get in class." And I was like, "Really?"
So you know what? You actually have a fascinating, well, for me anyway, very interesting background story. Your family, the way you started singing yourself. If you would indulge us a little bit with that, how you doing, JaVonne? Speaking of family, that's the other thing. When it comes to Anaya Day, her relatives are going to hop on. They're going to be around, and I personally love it. And that's why I have made myself an unofficial cousin. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. And one of the reasons I'm mad about COVID is that there's no barbecue that I'm allowed to come to for real, for real. I'm always in hopes of getting that bar. When
they open back up, you in there.
That's what y'all keep saying that, man, but it makes me feel good when I hear it.
But you don't come outside. You be in the basement.
That's true. She played the truth card. You see that?
Yes, indeed.
No, that's true. That's true. I really don't. But if I get the invite, I'm coming. I love your family.
You're always invited. Both
the
of
whole
you.
family is
open,
dope.
Believe me.
Let me tell y'all. I love her family so much. I had an Anaya Day and family show on the podcast. Her cousins, her aunt, everybody just on the show. On the show.
Yeah.
It was
and
dope.
My cousin Saul from Sky. He's the band leader and the co-producer of the group Sky. I don't know if you saw Unsung, but I was on Unsung with them because when I was a kid, I was sitting on the steps at the beginning before they were even called Sky. I was sitting there as a little kid, and he would be like, "If you be quiet, you can stay here and watch rehearsal." I'm like, "I ain't gonna say nothing." And I would just sit on the steps and listen to the music. I guess that's why I like funk and disco so much because I got it from them, you know?
Yes. Little did they
So
know
yeah,
what
I
they were doing.
just, and actually before I did that demo, just got off the phone with him because Sky
Really?
is about to put out some lost files and they're in the middle of recording it. They never laid the vocals, they're just demos. So they're laying vocals now. And he said, well, we started to change the music because, to update it. But I thought about it, and everybody who knows who Sky is likes Sky as it was. So I don't think I should touch it. I should just be like, well, here's some lost files. We never put it out. Here you go. And I said, excellent idea. Because if you come out, with it, we're like, huh? It will not compute. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
he's going to stick with the original formula and put some stuff out. So we were talking about the different social media platforms because he's very much adverse to social media. He's like people under the stairs. He likes to create, and just be left alone. I said, no, Doc, you got to come in.
Yeah.
So it's cool to be able to teach my big cousin who taught me so much to now have to teach him stuff. So it's fun. I'm getting a
That is
real
so
good
dope.
kick out of that.
Oh, nice.
That is so dope. And for those of you who may not remember or know, you may be too young or whatever, you may not know who Sky is, you know the music. I'm telling you. Call me, let's celebrate, let's celebrate.
And that's my
Y'all know
cousin singing that
call me,
song.
call
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Y'all know
Hey.
y'all know these songs. So, Sky is
Sing it again,
dope.
JaVonne. Sing it. Sing it again.
Nah, y'all just want to make
They may not have heard you. Sing it again.
I forgot myself for a second there. When you know what, when you have a real singer on the show, you don't need to sing.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself of that every now and then.
Right.
Nah, you should sing. In one of my recent songs, I put out "Let the People of the World Sing" because that's the one thing we can all do together in unison, in harmony, together. You know what I mean? And people understand it, even if they don't understand the words. They know what it feels and how it makes them feel. So sing out, Louise, and get your voice on. Okay.
That's true. You are always, and I was saying this earlier on too, like just a bright ball of positivity. So I appreciate that about you. You're always gonna have the positive spin, even if I hurt your ears. You're gonna say, "Sang it, baby. Go ahead, let it out."
Yes, indeed.
That's what's up.
What is it? What are some of your? Because right now, I think that we're in our own civil rights kind of war again. What? And I was looking. Somebody sent me, actually. I didn't stumble on it myself, but somebody sent me a quote and a video of one of our pioneers talking about how music has always historically gotten us through. What are you listening to outside of your own stuff, which I'm sure, working on it? What are you listening to?
Surprisingly enough, I listen to a lot of Ella Fitzgerald. A lot. She's my favorite singer, end all, beat all, and that's where I go to decompress. It sounds like nothing else that I'm recording. Sounds like nothing else that anyone else is singing, and I use that to and recenter myself. Like, this is why I do it. This is why I'm here. All the other noise, it's noise. This is what I'm listening to. So as far as the revolution and get together type music, I have to admit that I haven't really been listening to too much of that. I've been writing it. So I've been so busy writing that sort of music that I haven't really listened. And it's not for any certain reason. It just worked out that way. And I have a song out called Gotta Have. You gotta have love in your heart, hope in your soul, peace in your mind, music in your body. And then the other one is People of the World. It's a long road, but it's got to get better. Let the people of the world sing. That one. And there's another one coming out called Holding On to Hope. So I have all these hope songs that I've been recording here during the pandemic and releasing. I've been so busy creating hope that I haven't been listening and imbibing anyone else's messages of hope too much.
Awesome. See, you're birthing babies during this whole thing. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is part of the music that we're going to be getting to get through, like
Yes.
when I look at old civil rights tapes and music and whatever, they had Aretha was big, then getting them through, and quite a few other artists, Sarah, Nina, so it's just, here we are again, and now it will be Inaya Day, and just this time is going to be stamped. So when you're looking at it, I probably won't be here, but when my grandkids are, listening, this is going to be the music that they remember, at this time. So yeah, it's important, and I'm happy you're creating. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, yeah.
If you weren't creating music, what would you be doing?
A lot of people ask me that, and people tell me that I would be a good lawyer. And when I did my personal assessment with the University of Maryland, my personality assessment says that I am an ISTJ, which is introvert, sensing, thinking, judge. And then it says the judge. And I said, wow, that's funny. It really got me, because I always say, I love the law. I love to put the law of the Bible with the law of the land and see how they sync up. I've always loved that. So I will probably be an entertainment lawyer, or some kind of writer or veterinarian, because I love animals, like all of them.
Well,
I really do.
Terez's pet needs a little help tonight with the thunder, and Little Mr. Shakes. That's my new name for him, Little Mr. Shakes.
I know. It stopped, but he hates thunder. It stopped thunder and lightning. So now he went, and as soon as it stopped, he went on about his business. He doesn't know me anymore. So
A lot of the animals are shell shocked from that horrible 4th of July season that we just had,
Yeah.
with these
yeah.
crazy, crazy fireworks. I have never heard as many fireworks as I heard this year, ever. Not even when I used to be the one setting them back in the day. I never heard that much noise. And all the animals are like, ah, ah. So now that it's thundering, they're running and hiding, because it's like, what the hell?
you hear a lot of fireworks this way, but definitely, I don't know if they were fireworks or gunshots. It was kind of weird, but
Right.
I don't know. We need to get through it and quickly,
Yeah.
with a whole new thing. We were talking about reparations, Inaya. How do you fare in that? What do you think about reparations?
I heard a bit of what you were saying, and I agree. I don't think they can afford to pay us back what we're owed. I mean, how do you monetize lives lost, your language lost, your culture lost? You don't know what country you're from. Yes, we know what continent, but we don't know what country. So we have to pay hundreds of dollars to get an ancestry.com or African ancestry to tell us what tribe we're from, or whatever. But we're not connected to those people. So it's not like we can go back there and go, mama, like in the movies. It doesn't work, So and then they tell us, oh, go back to Africa. I've never been there. To some people, I've never been there. I don't know where to go. What would I do there? Really, how do you monetize the loss of a culture like that? You have totally demolished the people, the loss of their minds, because a lot of us are still bound by our minds, by the way we think, the things that they taught us that are not always good things. How do we deprogram? How do we learn who our God is? We know who God is. There's only one, but the way we worshiped, we're devout here, but we were more devout then, because we were there. You know what I mean? In the beginning, we were there, and we are the beginning. So we lost all of that. And I just don't understand how that could be monetized, but I think it could be fixed, or helped systemically, and do what you can. with the tools you got. That's the way I see it. Do all that you can with the tools you've got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, start somewhere, do something,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you
Bang,
know.
bang, bang, bang. Exactly.
I
Bang.
like that. Can
Yeah.
I ask you really quickly? Did you do something with Salam Remy?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to be clear about that.
The idea that she had to think about that though was pretty amazing.
No, she works with everybody.
That's what I'm saying. The idea that she had to think, not that I'm aware of. The idea that she had to think about that.
Well, you know why? Because I have literally more than 120 singles. I've never done a full album. I've done maybe what, two uh, EPs, you know, a Christmas one and something else.
Okay.
But I've never done a full album, so I have over 120 singles. I stopped counting at 120 because I was like, this is exhausting. It's gonna keep going because whatever. With these singles come a million remixes,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times I virtually work with people, but not, you know, directly. So sometimes I try to look at real quick, go through the do I remember seeing that name? And no, I haven't seen that name.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of what I was doing, but I could be wrong.
Gotcha.
You know, there's something that I thought I had uploaded because I know that you might have noticed that I have a few more bells and whistles than I had the last time we spoke. I wasn't
Yes.
uploading videos and all this stuff, but there's a video that you did called Holding On to Hope.
Yes.
And I really wanted to play it, and it is not uploaded. And let me tell you something. Every time we do this show, I end up doing too much. And it's everything I can not to try to get this video up there because the people must see it. The people must see that video. And there was another one. Oh my God. I'm still researching you, right? There's another one. Oh, what was it called? Is it? Oh man, I can't remember the name of it. And that one I
Is
didn't
it
upload.
new?
I think it's fairly new. It's the one I
Is it
think you.
Joyful Life?
Is it Joyful
Is
Life?
it cartoon?
No, it's not a cartoon.
Okay.
Damn, you've been doing a lot. You're doing cartoons now.
Yeah, I have an animated music video to Joyful Life, and it's
Okay.
totally animated, and it's me, and I'm dancing around on the moon and stuff. It's really kind of cute.
Oh,
Oh,
I think I saw a piece of that. I didn't see that whole thing.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
All right, so now you know when you come back, send me some video clips, not just pictures as well. And then
Okay.
I'll upload those or just the links to them and I'll figure it out. But you know, because I'm trying to get like, pow. I want to be like you, but digital. Like,
Got you.
you know what I'm saying? Anaya, I'm trying to do
Yes.
it all too. Yeah. Speaking of which, doing it all. So a lot of people may not know this, but Anaya Day was in The Wiz. She was the understudy, right? For whom? Was it Ren
Stephanie
Woods?
Mills.
For Stephanie.
Mhm.
Talk about that experience a little bit, please.
Well, and I must clarify, I was in The Wiz with all of the surviving cast members of the original, but we did the revival. I'm not old enough to be in the original, but I was in the revival. And it's so cool because a cute anecdote is when I was a little kid, my mother took me to see The Wiz. I guess it was like 1977 or something.
That's right.
And my mother said, oh, she took me and I said, I remember pulling on her going, Ma, I want to be in The Wiz, even if I'm Stephanie Mills' understudy. Now, why does a little kid know what an understudy is, first of all? So you knew I was going to the stage, right? And then she said, you know what? You never know what the Lord has in store, Stinky. And I was like, okay. And then
Stinky.
fast forward when I'm like 21 or something like that, I wind up being Stephanie Mills' understudy. talk about speaking things into existence. You
Amen.
know what I mean? As a child, I spoke that and then wound up really being Stephanie Mills' understudy. It's like God provided a way for that to happen. Who knew that there would be a revival and that Stephanie would be available to do it and that I would do it, you know? So that's how that came about. And yeah, I think life and death are in the power of the tongue. So a little child shall lead them. And that kid said that's what she wanted to do. And I guess since it was in my mind and I spoke it, the universe started to reciprocate and go, yeah, I got to give her what she just gave me. She wants to do that. It took a while, but I got there. And I got there when it was time. And it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. And we did The Wiz is 40 about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, for Summer Stage in Central Park. And Stephanie was supposed to do it, but then she couldn't do it. So then I was the next one up. And I did that, and that was amazing too, even
So
though we
you
didn't do the
understudied
entire
again.
show. Yeah, yeah. Well, I almost understudied, but wound up doing it,
Yeah.
being the role, you know. So
All
it
right.
was
So
awesome.
you know what? Let's roll the tape.
It's a place we'll go where there is mostly white flowers and butterflies, a rainbow lives beside you.
Get on out of here, girl, with that.
Nice.
That was amazing. That's
Thank
one of my
you.
favorite songs too.
What's
From that,
Really?
yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. The Wizards was classic. That was just a classic piece. Sorry. It just was a
Yeah,
classic.
I'm so honored to be a part of it in any way. You know what I mean? It's awesome. It's one of the best things that I've done in my life. It's like it groomed me in a whole other way. You know what I mean? It was the first time that I had ever had to go through having principal actors laugh at me. It
Hmm,
was the first time I had been anybody's understudy,
hmm,
and then having to go on when that understudy falls in the middle of the show when
Mm,
people are yelling when I came out, Stephanie Mills, you
hmm,
know, and being really belligerent and shady and
hmm,
having to go on and go forth anyway.
hmm.
So it really was a make or break type of a, I can't even say moment because I had a few in that show. So it was a make or break type of project for me. And it, thank God, made me.
Hmm.
And my skin got very much thicker because I worked with my, I call him my brother, uncle, dad, George Faison,
That's
Tony Award
nice.
winning
Yes.
choreographer and director. He is not a game. And if you don't have your stuff together, you're going to know it. And he made grown men weep right in front of us. And for some reason, he loved to bother me. And Stephanie Mills, this is how we became friends in rehearsal. Because they would always say, don't just nobody bother Miss Mills, you know. And he had yelled at me one of the million times. And I was just sitting in the back, in stretching or whatever during rehearsal. And Stephanie Mills came and sat next to me. And she was like, why does he keep picking on you? The next time he says something, I'll just say it was my fault that I did it. And I was like, nah, it's fine. He does it all the time. I'm used to it, And that's how we became friends. She stuck up for me, like, didn't even know me,
Hmm,
you
wow.
know. But what he did made me better. And he did it because he knew I could do better.
hmm,
Mm,
At the time, it didn't feel like that. You
hmm,
know, the Bible and the song by Bobby McFerrin, no discipline is pleasant at the time, but painful,
hmm.
but it's discipline nevertheless.
Mhm.
So I'm so thankful for that experience. And I made not lifelong friends, but gained more family members. We still go out together. We go eat together. It's really serious. So
Right.
it enriched my life forever.
Shout out to George Faison. I think he was the first choreographer to win the Tony Award for
Yes.
Liz, and that is his baby. Yes, I know. We all know how seriously he takes that particular production. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, and I know how intense he can be in his work ethic. One of our legends, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
Was that your first? And is that your only theater piece you've done?
Oh, no, no, no.
Okay.
I had done a few before it. But that show got me my Actors Equity card, and I'm still a card carrying member. But that show got me into equity. The other ones were non-union shows, and then after that, of course, you can only do union shows. Except when I went overseas, I was auditioning for a union show, and then I um, wound up going to Germany. I was doing a show with George Faison. He did a show around me and built a show around me, and we took that to Belgium. And after that, he drove me to Germany,
Hmm.
made sure I had Deutschmarks in my pocket and everything. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to go. Okay, you're all right. And I was like, yeah. And I was just standing looking simple when he drove off because I knew no one. The friends I did have there lived in Cologne, and I had to move to Dusseldorf. And I did a show that was put up by Andrew Lloyd Webber's people, and it was called Broadway Dusseldorf. And I did that, thank God. It was a three-act play, but it was a musical. It was basically a musical review. We did classics, we did classic rock things, and then of course we had the Andrew Lloyd Webber section. But oh, the sounds of the city, sirens. But yeah, I did that, and then as I was doing that in the day, sorry, at night, some producers and director came to see me, and they wanted me to do Little Shop of Horrors. So I wound up rehearsing for Little Shop of Horrors, but the German version, which is Der kleine Hoderladen. I did Der kleine Hoderladen rehearsals in the day, and at night I did um, Broadway, Dusseldorf. So I had no me time. I was just always rehearsing or being on. And then when one ended, the other one started. And
Wow.
I was just, bopping around like an urchin. I don't know if you have that video, but someone sent me the link to that show on video from
Wow.
back then in
Wow.
German. It's hilarious.
Now
I
you,
wish I did. I wish I did have that link. I'm like, where
I'm going to
are
send
my
you all the
bells?
links.
were you
I,
singing in German or American? English?
Hmm?
Were you singing in German?
Singing in German, yes.
Wow. Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice, nice.
that
And
is
I didn't
crazy.
speak German at the time. At the time that the show started, I spoke no German, except my mother always told me, no matter where you go, know how to get home and know how to count your money. And that's what I did. I learned how to count my money, and I learned how to direct the taxi to my house. I knew how to say immer geradeaus und then on the next Ecke links. I would go keep going straight, and then in the next corner make a left. And it's like, what is the Adresse? And I would go Gneisenaustrasse 28B. So I knew how to get home, but I knew nothing else. So what I did was everyone else spoke fluent German, so they conducted rehearsals in German. So I watched what the other two girls did and acted like I knew what I was doing. So when they would go, bitte die Mädchen auf die Bühne. I mean, as you can tell, I know a little German now. Bitte die Mädchen auf die Bühne. And I would be just sitting there, and then I would see them get up, and I would go, oh, that must be us. And I would follow. And then they would go get on the stage, and I was like, okay, bitte die Mädchen auf die Bühne must means girls get on stage or something. Okay, cool. And I would hold that. And they would go, noch einmal von vorne. And then everybody would go to their beginning positions. I said, that must mean do it again from the top or something. Okay. And that's how I processed it. I would try to remember what they said and then what we did. And that's how I got through it.
Wow. What a story. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Isn't that crazy? It wasn't
That is
easy though.
dope. That is dope. No.
That's a testimony to how damn magical we are and how magical you are. That's a testimony that to go to a country, not know the language, have to perform there in the language of the country and do it. Not one, but
Do it.
2 shows.
Yeah. The first one was in English, thank God. And I didn't have to speak. I just sang. So I was like, yes. But that second one was a doozy. And I said, I don't speak any German, right? And the producer goes, yeah, but Inaya, we believe you will learn this German, yeah? And I said, okay. Thank you for having faith in me. And we were like 2 weeks from opening. And I was still just going, da 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 da. They said, Inaya, we have 2 Wochen, 2 weeks. And you are still singing this Lala and Nana. And what will happen when the show is opening? I said, I will sing the words as well as, if not better than, everyone else in the show. That's what will happen. I said, you hired me and you said you believed. So now is the time to let that kick in. You have to let me do it at my pace, my way. And what I learned last were the words. That was because I'm a good mimic. My mother used to say to people, don't say nothing in front of this child because she'll mimic you and say it just like you. And whoever you talked about will know you said it. Don't say nothing in front of her. She's like a minor bird.
Oh, gee.
That's what she would say. So I knew that was my forte. I can mimic anyone. So when it was time for me, I was like, okay, now I know the blocking. I know the choreography. I know the songs already because my 3 friends did the movie, Tashina, Tisha, and Michelle Weeks, who is also in house music. But those are my friends, like from childhood. So, and everybody's like, why are you not in it? I wasn't, because there are 3 girls. What are you talking about? And I didn't audition. Got to be in it to win it. But my three friends did it, so of course I knew it back and forth, melodically and English wise. So all I had to do was learn their phonetics. And
Right.
I mimicked their phonetics. I mimicked them. And I had one of the girls come down and I said, how do you say this line? And she said, oh, hat uns alle drei nach der fünften Klasse rausgeschmissen. And I put it on tape. And I would every morning recite the things I asked her to say for me. And then I wound up being the one doing all of the commercials and everything. I wound up being the one to do them.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Nice.
Because they wanted it with a Brooklyn accent somehow. And I was like, I could do that, I guess. They were like, do this with a Brooklyn accent. So I'll be like, okay. And I read the German script, but with the Brooklyn sass. It was so stereotypical, but back then we weren't nitpicking. But if I knew that, if it were to happen today, there was some things I would have been like, nah. Like when you see it, when I send you the link, you're gonna go, I see what you mean. Because doing this and a lot of the stuff was like, yeah,
Okay.
But you choose your
Please send me
battles.
this link, please.
I will.
We're gonna have the legendary Jane Elliott of the Brown Eyed, Blue Eyed Experiences
yes.
experiments on our show this coming Saturday. I'm gonna play that link of you doing this in German for her and see what she has to say. I'm just
magical.
And they made me use my hands like this. I was like, hat uns alle drei nach der fünften Klasse rausgeschmissen.
And shit.
Right. Basically.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That is amazing. Honestly. That's a good story.
Yeah.
That is a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another make it or break it moment too, because I had never, when I was doing Broadway Dusseldorf, and I was there alone with no one in Dusseldorf with me, living in a hotel and learning all this intricate choreography. Everything was choreographed. Our hand movements, our head turns, everything was choreographed. When you walked off stage, you said da da da, boom, ba, su, whack. Everybody together in sync. And I never had to do that. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to learn this? And they had already started the show. They had been in the show for 3 months before I got there. So I had to play catch up. And I was in my room. I would be rehearsing by myself. And then I was like, this is nuts. And for the first time, I broke down and called my mother. And she said, you come home, Stinky. You don't have to stay there. You come home if you want to come home. And I was like, I'm going to give it another shot. I'll give it another week. And if I can't get in a week, I'm coming home. But of course, then, I slept on it. I woke up and said, because I have this motto: we are too proud to fail. And I'm not going to be the one of our people that fails. So I'm not doing it. So I pulled it together and did that show.
You are amazing. You are amazing.
I don't think there's anything that a person of color or a Native American ancestry could ever do to fail for as much stock that we already have invested in our lineages. The fact that we are here is a success,
Yes.
every level, and we are enough in that process,
Yes.
But so hats off to you, Inaya. That's an amazing story. Thank you for sharing
Thank you.
that. That's pretty dope.
I mean, our people lived that crossing. They survived that crossing. That's a strong stock, And if they could live through that and then live through the hell that they were put through once they got here, I could surely pull it together and learn some choreography.
See?
You know what I mean? How dare I?
Ulysses says he loves the duet with Ultra Nate's Song Over Me. Oh, yeah.
That's the one produced by the legendary Frankie Knuckles and Eric Cupper as Director's Cut. That's their team name. And I had never done an album, as I told you guys, but Frankie was working on one for me before he passed. So we got through about 6 songs. So there are still some that we are holding, we haven't released. Duet with Frenchie Davis. There's one I sang and dedicated to Frankie, and it's called "Stay." I may want to redo it because I was like, my voice started cracking at the end because I was trying not. I was like, oh my god, I'm emotional. This sucks. But I don't know. I'll talk to Eric, and if he says no, keep it, then we will.
Leave
But
it. Yeah, leave
you
it.
know,
Leave it. That makes it perfect. All the
yeah.
improvement.
And Frankie liked the vocal. He's like, oh, this song, oh my god, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay. And he's heard the scratch, And then when I recorded it for real, I was like, well, yeah, you know. So we'll see.
All right, I have to try this. So if I disappear,
What are you
I'll
gonna
come back. Y'all just keep talking. All right, I have to.
Okay.
What you gonna
She's
do?
magic. She's really magic. She might disappear and come
You doing
back.
magical stuff, Jay? What you doing?
I just really want people to see holding on to hope. I really want people to see that. There's
Uh,
another one. I think the other one that I was thinking of is Love Like This.
Oh yes, I did that with Greg Gould. He was on Australia's Got Talent, and can you believe he inboxed me and said, would you do a song with me on my album? Yada yada woo doo woo doo woo. And I was like, well, what song do you have in mind? And he goes, Love Like This. I gagged because my brother co-wrote that with Faith. Matter of fact, I just got an email of somebody
Family.
else because every time they want to license it, they have to contact us. So Faith always sends them to me, and they were like, and then sometimes they go Jiffy because that's what she calls me. Jiffy, we need to get a license for Sean's portion, and I just got that actually this morning. But yeah, he had no idea that my brother co-wrote it,
wow.
and yeah, so I was
I'm
like, I
gonna
have to do it because this is supposed to happen.
let me see if I can. I'll be back.
Okay.
Y'all just carry on. Y'all just
Can I do rapid fire with her?
no, not without me.
No, not without you. I'll do. Go ahead.
No, y'all talk. You know what? Talk about something else. I don't know. I'll be right back.
All right.
I don't leave for long. I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right. She's up.
Control freak much?
Yeah, that too.
All right. Don't cut the show off.
Right?
See, there I go.
And I'll be like, well, my favorite record is.
Team too much.
I know. I
Oh,
really
gosh.
suck, but I can't help it.
You know,
I
right.
don't mean to be like a control freak or anything like that. If you want to do rapid fire with Inaya Day, you can go ahead and do it.
Look at her now. That's not even fair. Now, no.
She is so crestfallen.
No.
But wait, I think it's actually working. I'm still here.
Okay.
So rock
Sort
it.
of. Am I
All
still here?
Yep.
Oh Jesus.
You there?
Did I? But I lost Rez.
I'm
We
here.
see you.
We see you. Yeah. You're there.
Man.
Can you hear us? I don't even think she can hear us.
I can hear y'all. Y'all just
Oh.
look a little frozen to me. But that's all right. Let's since y'all can hear and everybody, let's do rapid fire and let's see if I stay here or if I magically disappear.
All right. Now you played this with us before. Before
Yes, I
you were
have.
live. Okay, so we don't have to tell you what's coming. It's so funny because every time I explain it, people go, "Uh-oh." Like there's no bad word. There's no just what comes to mind. The first word. All right, I'm gonna do 5 and Jay's gonna do 5. You ready, Jay? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Am I moving?
Yes.
Yep. You're doing a robot.
Yes. Okay. So I'll start. Melody.
Harmony.
Ministry of Sound.
British.
Larry Levan.
Beginning.
Frankie Knuckles.
Ah, my brother.
Love.
God.
Thank you. You're up next, Jay.
Okay. Fried chicken.
Yum.
Harlem.
Vibe.
House music.
My love.
Voice.
Me.
Family.
My life.
That's what's up. That's it right there.
Behind the veil of Inaya Day, y'all.
Absolutely.
Give it
So
up.
talk to us about what's happening next. What's coming next, Anaya?
What's coming next is that we are going to release the song that you were speaking about, Love Like This. That's going to come out soon. The video is out, but the song isn't out. And we have great remixes, and we're taking our time because we believe it can be a big deal, especially because when we made the video, we left it open to interpretation because there's a lot happening. There's the black and white thing, and then there's the gay thing, and then the mother not being supportive thing, and being a single mother, and she's the one that's evil, and you know what I mean? And the black family being accepting. It's a lot. So we wanted to make sure that the video was out for Pride Month. But we're taking our time with the single, so that's coming. Also, I don't know if you recall, but for the past 3 years, I've been working on a project that I won't uh, totally speak about. It's a reimagining of a certain um, veteran artist, and we'll just call the project TGP. And it's not Teddy Pendergrass, but it's TGP. And finally, having to put down the male vocals, and I wanted to have other vocalists than myself. I'm usually singing the backgrounds and the lead and producing it. So I'm gonna lean back and let other vocalists. So I had to get the vocalists, make sure they had the time to do it. So all of that took time, getting the music how we wanted it, and then recording my leads. And now we're mixing. So we've mixed two of them already. Tomorrow I go in. I'm gonna lay down a new vocal for one of the songs because I've been listening to it and I'm like, I can do better. So I'm gonna lay down another pass. Then we're gonna mix that, put that away, and start the next one. So hopefully, when this situation, this pandemic, is put to rest, then we can, come forth and celebrate the music how we should, the way we should. You know what I mean? So that's been my main point of focus. That and licensing songs to have them synced up with film.
Nice, 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 nice. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That is amazing.
Do you guys watch Queen Sugar?
We do. I do. When I can catch
Okay.
it.
Well, the past season they licensed one of my songs called "How Many Ways," and it's an R&B ballad. And they're in the diner and they're having a meeting or a discussion, and my voice is blaring in the background. I had forgotten they licensed it, and I'm watching the show just like everybody else, and it's like, how many ways can I say? And I was like, I totally forgot. I was like, that's me, Ma, come on, baby.
He said, "What happened, Stinky?" Never should have told me that. Lord. I'm getting closer and closer to the barbecue. I am getting closer and closer to the barbecue. That's all I got to say about that.
Yes, indeed.
I can come.
So check it out. Check it out. Check it out, y'all. So guess what? I got the bells and it worked. It actually
What did you do?
it worked. Look, I'm telling you. you see your little cousin, right? JaVonne?
No.
She's on there. She's on
Yeah,
there.
talking about child.
Let's get a drop from Inaya.
Before we do that, we could do the drop first. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You know what to say, right? She's like, no.
I basically, right? Are we still in
say
the
it in German
basement?
this time.
We have some. We have Germany actually. One of our countries. Yeah, we're live in Germany.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, yeah.
And what time is it there? Guten Abend.
Nice, nice.
Hi, this is Inaya Day, and you're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Dope. I was wondering. I was like, okay, are we still in the basement, or am I giving too much away? All right, here we go. Hey, this is Inaya Day, and we're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wait, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere because it worked. Check it out. Check it out, y'all. Check it out.
Like this before.
Now that we have come to be a brand new light I can see. Never thought you'd be a special part of me.
The reasons are because of you. I can go on and make it through. I can't even take my mind off loving you. And I just wanna say,
I never knew there was a love like this before.
love like this before, no.
Never had someone to show me a love. Love like this before.
I know you can't see all the things you mean to me. I'm so amazed that you are mine. Yeah, 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 yeah.
If we can work together, maybe this will last forever. This is something that I wanna hold on to. So baby, try to understand. I'll be crazy if you leave. That you come the start. And I like the way you walk, the sexy things you talk. You don't know just what you do to me. Oh, I never knew there was a love like this before. A love like this before. Never had someone to show me a love. A love like this before. I never knew there was a love like this before. A love like this before. I never knew someone to show me a love like this before. Never knew what, never knew what, never knew what love like this before. Never knew what love like this before. Never knew what love like this before. Never knew love like this before. I never knew there was a love like this before. A love like this before. Never had someone to show me a love. Never had a love like this. I never knew there was a love like this before. A love like this before. No. Never had someone to show me a love. Love like this before. I never knew there was a love like this before. Never had someone to show me love, a love like this before.
Nice. Nice.
That is amazing. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Good.
That was dope. Did you see the tribute to my brother at the end?
Yes.
Good.
It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Whose idea was all of I mean, like you said, there was a lot in there, and I'm just wondering who came up with who did the treatment.
Greg Gould did most of it, but every step he would hit me up. I'm thinking maybe we'll do so and so and so and so and so. What do you think of that? And I'll go, yeah, but we should have so and so, and yeah, but don't do it this way because then that's stereotypical. Do it the other way, and da, da, da. So we both did it, but it was his framework.
It was very well done. Very well
Thank you.
done.
And I was happy to be an actor in the video instead of standing there going,
Nice.
boring. How
Nice.
many times can you lip sync?
This is true.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Pops is asking for one more drop. Look, we've actually grown with our bells and whistles. We actually have a co-producer now. And he
Nice.
isn't. I'm telling you, I'm just so blessed. I have Terezi, and I have Pops, and I have people, and I have you. And you know what? Let me just again, every time I see you, I talk to you, or whatever, I thank you for always saying yes, and for all of the assistance that you've given me throughout the years. There were so many times, and I didn't have a guest, didn't know how to get a guest, and you said, "Oh, I'll get one of my cousins." Well, really, one of your cousins? I'm like, one of your cousins? I don't want your cousins. Who's your cousin? You're like, one of your cousins? Who's your cousin? Oh, Saul from Sky, the group Sky. I want your cousin. Can we get your cousin? Your cousin.
It went from I'll be wanting to talk to your family.
Right, who's your
Can I
family?
please talk to your family?
Right? Can I be a part of the family? Can I just have a burger? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be at the man. Could you imagine what that barbecue is like? The harmonies.
Oh, you should be there for Thanksgiving. We eat the dinner, we have the dessert, and then the instruments come out. And it pulls out the instruments. You have the electric drums, or sometimes a drum set, regular drum set, and the keyboards and everything, and we all sing. And then we go downstairs. Now that Saul's studio is, he had moved into a new house in Delaware, so now his studio is shaping up. So now we have the mics on, and we're like, stacking vocals and all that. So yeah, that's what it's like. And we do it upstairs at first, so that the elders can participate. My mother will be 90 on August 1st,
What?
and her
Wow.
sisters are older
Listen.
than she. So yeah, so we start upstairs because they can't come down to the basement. And they sing along, and they all sing like, yeah, they all sing like that.
That's
Listen.
incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I know you
Blessing.
guys have to tape all of that stuff and get it in the can and just have those memories, because those are precious, precious, precious.
Yes, I have them. I record everything. And they're like, you in that camera.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That would be me. And my
Yeah.
actual cousin, Eartha Watts Hicks, says, Anaya's voice is amazing. I saw her sing Aretha Franklin's Rock Steady at a club downtown in New York City years ago. And I mean,
Yeah, that was
we
at the
have
Village
ears.
Underground, probably, or Cafe Wa, one of those, because I used to reside there with the band.
Nice.
Absolutely. So just one more drop,
Sure.
if you can. Hi, this is Inaya Day, and you're listening to WJBR Internet Radio.
You think I have a good memory, don't you?
Yes, I do. Don't you?
WJBR Internet, right?
Yep, Internet
miss a
Radio.
letter?
WJBR Internet Radio.
Okay. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Inaya Day, and you're listening to WJBR Internet Radio. Yeah.
You got it. You got it, girl.
She's gonna real fast.
You the bomb. You the bomb. You the bomb. Love you to pieces.
Tell everybody
And-
how they
Ditto.
find you. How can they find
Huh?
you?
Right.
Tell everybody. How they
Oh,
find you.
it's easy to find me. Everything is Inaya Day. Twitter, Inaya Day. Facebook is Inaya Day Music. And then you have, what is the other one? Instagram, Inaya Day. It's all Inaya Day.
And that's Inaya, Inaya Day.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you so much, love.
Thank you so
You
much.
are welcome. Thank you guys for wanting to talk to me again. I mean,
All the time.
when I be like, please don't call her again. Oh my God.
Never that.
This
Never
is,
that.
This is one of your homes. We hope you see it that way. And anytime you're working on something, and even when you're not, just come holler at your girl.
That's it.
Thank you. I will. I thank you guys for the platform, man. You guys rock the bells.
Thank you. We trying to rock the bells, man. We trying to rock the bells. Matter of fact, you might want to watch this outro. So yeah. Anyway.
Uh-oh.
We love y'all. Thank you for listening and watching. Inaya, send me more videos so I can do some Lord knows what with it.
Yes, I'm the only Inaya Day, y'all. Have a good night.
Good night. Love you,
Thank
rest
you.
in peace, baby.
Peace, Papa. People.
Hi, this is Indira Khan, and you're listening to and watching Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music, politics, or just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artists or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today or what we doing today or whatever it is, it's gonna be good. Woo!
Yeah.
Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
The time, so
And we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes,
well, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing. Outside of that, what's next for Inaya Day? Well, I have a song.